Today in the Toyverse, we step outside the Toyverse and dive into the Mirrorverse with McFarlane Toys' new Disney Mirrorverse action figures. Now, these were sent over by McFarlane Toys, and this new Disney Mirrorverse thing, I'm not too sure about, but here are some links and ways to learn more about it, if you will. They should be popping up on the screen right now. But let's dive in and talk about these guys a lot more. Starting with articulation, Buzz Lightyear here moves left and right, as you can see. He's a little hard to turn side to side with his head, but it can be done. It's just really tight joints. He looks up like so. He also goes down that far. And then, of course, at the arms, he goes up that much. He goes down all the way around. We got a bicep cut right there. And then we have this hinge stop thing. I'm not sure what that's about. We got a hinge at the elbow like so. And then we have rotation, if you will, at the gauntlet for some more action. And then we have rotation at the wrist and hinge action. Now the upper body does twist side to side, as you can see. Goes down that far, goes up that much, and goes up and down. You can get it to go side to side a little bit. The bottom waist joint actually works a lot better. It allows them to crunch down like so, and then crunch back up like so. So no problems with flight poses and whatnot. And of course, side to side action. In terms of the legs, they go out all the way. They kick forwards. They kick back all the way. We got a thigh rotation right there. That works pretty well, actually. We got a single bend at the knee, as you can see. The foot goes up and down. It doesn't really pivot. It kind of does, but not really. And then you got a toe hinge. Now for Jack Sparrow, we got rotation at the head from side to side. We can do the side to side lean. He looks up that much. He looks down that much. And then in terms of the arms, this arm goes up, down, all the way around. And then rotation right there. And then a single hinge right there at the elbow. And then rotation and hinging at the hand, as you can see. Now, in terms of the skeleton hand, it goes up that much. It rotates like so there at the bicep. And then it hinges up and down. And then hinges left and right like so. A little limited, but it still works. Now, the upper body is pretty limited on this guy. But he's a pirate. He doesn't need to be doing kung fu stuff. It does go side to side, as you can see. And if you pop it off, you can see how that joint really works there. And then there's the inside. So there is that for those curious. His leg can kick out one side like so. Kicks up, goes back. Really no thigh rotation, but the hinge at the foot works pretty well with a single bend. Rotation at the boot. And then we got a hinge up and down at the foot, rocker, and then toe articulation. So not too shabby there. He does have a little problem standing, but I think it works well enough for a pirate. Now, the overall aesthetic of Jack Sparrow here is not one based on a movie, but more based on the Mirrorverse look and more animated CGI look. And I think McFarlane Toys has nailed this down quite well. I think they've done a good job. The pirate hat looks really good. The dreadlocks look pretty good. I mean, once again, animated, not real life. So definitely captures a cartoon look, and the expression definitely works. Now, in terms of the body, the coat has some nice detail on it with the gold trims, the brown trims, the little trinkets all throughout with the sculpted belt pieces and whatnot. And then you go up, he's got this flag there that starts. That's made of a softer plastic material. As I turn it around here, we'll take a look at that. But look at the nice texture on the side of the costume here. I think that came out really well too. I think McFarlane does a really good job with that texture look. And of course, we got this flag that goes down his back. Once again, more detailing, as you can see. Pretty cool job on that, you know, no complaints, no or anything like that. And then, of course, here is the skeleton arm, looking very cartoony and skeleton-like. I don't know the backstory with this. I haven't played the game yet, so I couldn't tell you. And there's a human arm for those curious about that, or a ghost arm, or What exactly is the story with Jack Sparrow? I really can't recall off the top of my head. Anyways, we got pirate boots looking very pirate bootish. And then we got pirate pants looking very pirate pants-ish. I took apart the figure so you could see the details all throughout the body. It's kind of plain here because it's just, you know, it's a CGI look and it definitely works. Then, of course, you can see the hinges on the back for the knee movement, if you will, because of the way the pants are sculpted based on how the character looks. So, all in all, not too bad. Now, Buzz Lightyear. I am beyond stoked with this Buzz Lightyear. I think the expression here is good. Really nothing to complain about there. I love all the details with the suit on top here. He is missing a visor. I don't know how accurate that is to the show because on the card it shows him with the visor. I could see McFarlane releasing a visor version down the line, but this version is pretty packed in to begin with. And then, of course, we have this accessory piece here. I say that because it also helps complete the look of Buzz. So, I don't know if I really want to count it as an accessory. I mean, I put it in the accessory portion of the review, but as you can see, without it, it's just big, ugly, and blank. But once you plug everything in, it looks wonderful. Really no issues with that. You pop it in. It took me a second. You have to press down everything, make sure everything's connected. But once it's in, it holds its weight. It's not falling out or anything like that. I think it just, you know, makes the figure look like it should. And then, of course, we got the buttons and details there. Some are, I think they're all sculpted on there. No, just the button is. Everything else is decals, it looks like. But the arms are done really well. And then moving on to the other side here, let's look at the arms a little bit more. Look at that. Those look like Buzz. I mean, this is a different Buzz than we're used to seeing, but it definitely fits. It's cool to have a Buzz figure, so I definitely like the way this all looks. Everything's uniform to the character, so no complaints on that whatsoever, and I definitely dig that. And then, of course, here's the lower body of Mr. Buzz Lightyear. All the nice detail there with the whites, the greens, and the purples. Mixed in with a little black here. He does stand. I would be careful with how you're moving him. If he's too far forward or back, he will fall over. He's a hefty piece of plastic for being such a small figure. Anyways, let's look at his accessories because he's got quite a bit going on with him. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Now we have a trading card or collector card. You got some stats on the back. I'm sure that relates to the game somehow. I believe the game's not out yet. And then we got a display base. No logo design on this. It's kind of strange, but it works. And then once again, here's the accessory pack, as you can see. And we have new wings for Buzz, which are pretty cool. They're like techish and futuristic, and it seems to fit the motif of this new Mirrorverse game over there. So what you do is you just want to plug them in. Make sure you have them plugged in the right way. I pray to God that I do. So plug them in. You'll feel them going. You got to give a little pressure, but once they're in, they are in. They're not coming out unless you pull them out. And then here comes the tricky part. You want to take Buzz like so, and then try to snap it back in. This took me a few minutes, so I edited it a little bit to get it to snap in. But once you have the seams aligned, it's there. He's in, and look at that. That's a nice wingspan on this little guy. I mean, you'll see it in the size comparison, the actual height, but it looks pretty cool. No complaints. Now, Jack Sparrow is a little bit lighter than Buzz just based on the character design. I don't know what else they could have given him because, once again, I haven't played the game yet, but he's got some stuff going on. We got the collector card here with more stats for Jack here, looking very Jack Sparrow-ish in the Mirrorverse. There's a bio there for those wondering. Once again, another display base, no logo or anything. It definitely helps with Jack because he has a problem standing. Now, in terms of his accessory, it's some magical effect that wraps around his skeleton arm. I will be honest, I haven't actually mastered how to get this on properly. I'm sure somebody will be like, "You're such a tool, man. You can't get that mastered." Well, you know what? You try doing it on camera. Actually, I shouldn't say that because somebody's going to do it. I just suck at it. Let's just leave it at that. But once it's on, it looks cool. Anyways, quick size roundup, as you can see, with various figure lines I collect. As you can see, Buzz stands a bit shorter. Jack Sparrow stands taller, but he fits in with a multitude of lines. Overall, I think these things are cool. I definitely like the Buzz a lot more than the Jack, but the Jack's not bad either. It's my first Jack Sparrow, so I really have nothing else to measure him off of. Once again, if you want to know more about the Mirrorverse, check out these ways you can find that out. Thank you for stopping by. Leave your questions or comments below. And until we meet again, great googly moogly.